What's good, superstars? Back with another Veve video. You got Superstar Joe. You got Superstar Rob in the building. How's it going, Rob?
Pretty good. You
need to pull out the swords, bow and arrow. You know, we got some big drops coming to Veve right now. But guys, if you're new here, do not forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so you know whenever we post about your favorite projects and your favorite drops. Also, VIP members, thank you so much for continuing to support the channel. But if you want to be a VIP, hit the join button underneath the video. Get access to our drops and price prediction spreadsheets. First dibs on merch, entered into our utility program every single month. We're doing giveaways that are even for the VIPs exclusively, like the star in the universe every month. Follow us on X and Instagram if you want to DM us, but also join the Discord where you got a bunch of other superstars who you can bounce ideas off of, talk about drops, talk about anything. We got a Veve chat in there, very active. We got whales in there talking about big purchases. I mean, today somebody bought one of those 1 of 7 secret rare Aston Martins. If you want to see who that was, go definitely check out the Discord, and you'll be able to talk to them directly and get their thought process and all that stuff. So definitely check out the Discord.
do we know who bought that? Do we know who? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know.
I didn't Discord yet.
I didn't see it yet. No. I didn't know that it was actually revealed on who bought that. But that I gotta admit, whoever did that was wild. They're wild for buying that.
That same account has been on the rise. If you look into it, been on the rise. It's been a proud superstar for a while, and very happy to be able to have direct conversations with that individual. Yeah, so let us jump into some Twitter news here quickly. And then we'll get into the big drop announcement that we got today. So first of all, Rising Star is a rising star when it comes to the AR. Might be one of my favorite AR photo takers and posters on X. Always tagging us all the time. And obviously this time you got the stormtroopers lining up for the bathroom there. And you got the scout in the front, I think, waiting for he's holding up the line. So the stormtroopers, you know, they're just waiting around.
Yeah, I'm surprised we actually didn't see more Vaultaholics just abuse these stormtroopers. I actually haven't seen that many photos, and obviously everyone's gonna love them. But yeah, very clever there. I like this. Good job.
Yeah. Yesterday you did a video. There is no money in NFTs. I thought it was a great video. I ended up watching it, and it's there's a lot of truth in that video. I mean, the title might bring you in, but I think you stay for the facts that he is spitting in that video. So really enjoyed that one, and I think it's a good message for everybody. And it's not just one project based; it's for the entire NFT space.
Yeah, guys, check out the video. I mean, this is a narrative that's been talked about for a while now. We've seen it more than once of people coming to talk to us about how, like, why are you guys even wasting your time talking about NFTs? Meme coins are the way. But you know, like, we have our opinions on that. You guys can check that video out. And I mean, this space has so much potential, and we're going to continue to track that.
Yep. Grail Game, they're doing this drop. We talked about it. We actually did a live stream a couple of days ago playing the games. It's like a 2-step game. You go for blind boxes, you try to get one of these power coins. You get a power coin, you get entered into the next game, which is a guaranteed grail. But one of those grails will be assigned Nike SB by the entire Powerpuff Girls cast. So you're into signatured physicals. This is a great way to get in. Again, if you do any loading of any coins on Grail Game, make sure to use the code Superstar500. Gets you an extra 500 coins. And even if you've never tried it before, you want to try it, when you sign up, they give you like 250 coins for free, not even using the code. So you can have like 750 coins on top of whatever loading you do to play a bunch of games and have some fun. And maybe you'll be the one that wins. And if you do, let us know so we can talk about it on the channel.
We did a live stream, I think 2 or 3 days ago, where we actually showed it on display live. If you guys want to get a better idea, just go to our Superstar Money homepage, hit live, and check out the latest live, and you can watch us playing it. And unfortunately, we didn't get anything that was worthwhile for us to drive to Buffalo because it is shipping to Buffalo only, or sorry, to US only. But maybe you'll have the juju. So check it out if you guys want to learn some more.
Definitely share the juju with us. Speaking of juju, Squid Cat always giving the juju to the people who hold these gold dragons. And basically, Rob, you retweeted this one. Why don't you talk about it?
If I remember correctly, he was basically saying how, like, NFTs have so much potential here. Like, he was just basically talking about how there's that NFTs alone. He was referring to the whole FA narrative, right? NFTs alone with no utility isn't going to cut it. The point he was trying to make here is that with the technology, there's so much more you can do on the digital side than the physical side that you have to do that to really bring the value. And I completely agree with that. We've been on an FA tirade at this point for the last week or two. And I think Squid Cat and I are completely on the same page. And another thing, Joe, to mention, of course, is the Gold Dragon Club. They have found ways to add utility to this collectible on Veve. If it wasn't for them, this collectible would have no utility at all. Thanks to them, they created the Gold Dragon Club. It now has meaningful, real utility.
Yeah, and I mean that's a great point. The physicals and the digital. If the digital is going to do the same thing as the physical, I find a hard time believing that you're going to get people from the physical into the digital. You got to separate yourself from what already exists. The space saving, okay, maybe you'll get a couple people from that, but I think that when it comes to what you're able to do with digital, if you're not, like Rob said, if you're not doing that, then what's the point? Like you got to take advantage of what this is like something you can't unwrap a toy and have an entire musical animatronic like opening up your blister pack. You can't do that, but you can do it digitally. So every platform should be doing that. That should be like, I guarantee, automatic. And then there's so much more that they should be doing or at least working towards that we hope to see in the future. But speaking of the Gold Dragon Club, might as well skip over to the top here because they're doing a crazy giveaway. And this is if you hold a Starboy, if you hold a Gold Dragon, or if you burn Omi. Burning Omi, there's going to be some changes. Nobody's burned any Omi for this giveaway yet. Might be a little bit too expensive. We've been talking with them. So if you're going to be doing this, you might get a little bit more entries than you think based off of how much Omi you're willing to burn. Come talk to us if you want to burn some Omi. And we're going to figure it out. But I think that number is coming down from the last talks we've had with the team. There has been entries for Starboys. There has been entries for Gold Dragon Club. But the Omi, nobody's willing to burn Omi for a 7-night stay, $7,000 at Disney's Old Key West in Orlando, Florida.
Or a chance to get it.
Chance, yeah. But now it might be a little bit easier for they just want to start the snowball. You know what I mean? Get people starting to get familiar with burning the Omi. So maybe making it a little bit cheaper for that entry might be the way to go. So we're going to give you more details on that once they're finalized. But still, those are the 3 ways to enter. And they will continue to be that way. But if you're going to burn Omi, definitely talk to us first.
I'm surprised not more people are burning Omi. I mean, this is like the first time I think in many years that you actually have burning mechanisms available. Yeah. Right? There's real ways now. At least you can burn it and get at least a chance to win this $7,000 stay at Old Key West in Florida. But it's been years and years, and Disney or I should say Veve did not have, or ecomi has not really provided us with any meaningful burning mechanisms through the Veve app. And I thought people would be more excited about this. So I think we're going to have to sweeten the deal a little bit, maybe see if we get any bites. Otherwise, Starboys and Gold Dragon are your way.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go back here. A couple more things. Double Quill putting out her weekly blog every Sunday, if you don't know. One of the best blog writers in the space. Very, very charismatic. Always making us laugh. And maybe not intentionally sometimes poking a little bit of fun as well. Just enjoy the writing style. I mean, not really a blog reader before this. But ever since this, I've been a weekly blog reader at least. I know that there's Marcus Smart, Chris Severs out there who are also doing great blogs on Gold Collect. And I think it's just really cool. And I think we should be supporting and maybe sharing the content, especially when we like it. I mean, there's other ones like Puddin' Cheeks puts out those shorts, the Redneck Inspirations over there. So I love those ones as well. Just love the community created content. If you are going to create content, if you're thinking of doing it for the first time, especially, let us know. We will be more than happy to share any of the content you guys create to give you kind of a platform or have more people see it, because we just love seeing the community-driven stuff. I mean, Gold Dragon Club, that's entirely community-driven. So I think what the community can do sometimes is almost better than what any of these companies can do.
Yeah, I mean, if you even look at the space right now, even when it comes to like when we first started, how many people were on YouTube creating content, and it really got very quiet. I mean, like there are still some, but for the most part, many of them have either, I don't think they fully left YouTube. I think they just taken a break from the space because it's a bit sleepy right now. Even on the Vaultaholic side, I mean, we only repost the best Vaultaholics. If you're a good Vaultaholic, we're going to repost you, no problem. Just let us know. And I mean, is no different with anything else, but specifically when it comes to content creators between blogs and YouTube, doesn't matter who you are, you come to us. We want to make sure we could do our part to try to get you. I mean, not that we're a big channel, but if you're just starting up, to help at least get you introduced into the space so that people know that you're now somebody who's making content. And I hope Double Quill one day comes on the channel. I hope one day we can convince her that she'll come on the channel and we could talk a little bit more about her blog with everybody.
Yeah, I would love to hear the behind the scenes. Tales from the Rizzo. I don't know, Rob, if you saw this. We just talked about the unboxing
this.
experience. Veve, you got to get Tales in the team, get them putting together something like, look at this. This is incredible. I mean, imagine that you were able to have a crafting animation where you turned regular Iron Man, put him in the symbiote, and it turns him into the Venomized Iron Man. I think it's just incredible. I think it's a missed opportunity that they didn't have this already ready to go.
Well, because we've seen it already, right? We know I won't mention any names, but there's another company that we know it wouldn't even be no questions asked. If they're going to do a crafting event, there's no chance they would miss an opportunity to do some kind of animation with it. I think Veve might have to go back and consider maybe putting some animations, like even with the unboxing experience, looking around the space and seeing how other companies are doing it, and it really works well. So it'd be great if they could apply it to on theirs. If you're going to be a digital collectible company and you're going to focus only on digital collectibles and not necessarily like gamification or other types of utility, I think it's a perfect add to the app to have some kind of animations with the unboxing if they were able to do it. I just don't know if they have the will because of how many drops they do. It's a lot of work to do these animations. And I just don't know if it's practical for them to have an unboxing experience for every single thing when you're dropping something literally every day almost. Like it's a little bit tougher.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully we do see a little bit more when it comes to the product side and the unboxing and the blind box. I know that they've been tinkering around with the wait list. Maybe now that they've got that all kind of sorted out, they can get into the unboxing video or something like that. Like even when we did the crafting, and sometimes it comes with like that little rectangle, maybe make it a full screen thing, something a little bit more immersive. I think people will really enjoy. Just fine tune the product. So hopefully maybe we'll see that hashtag soon. All right, so big news. Witness the birth of a legend. They put out this trailer yesterday. They didn't show the words. Now you see the words. And if we start from the beginning here, nothing true. The sound and then
there it is.
Everything is permitted. So very well done trailer. And everybody knows with the Ubisoft tie, it is going to be Assassin's Creed coming to Veve. A lot of speculation on this yesterday, and with the arrow in the text there. Now you got the swords, but also you have the quote, and the quote is very popular. It's in all the games. At least those two lines. It's just kind of mixed within a couple paragraphs. Here's one of them. When other men blindly follow the truth, remember nothing is true. Where other men are limited by morality or law, remember everything is permitted. So there's those two lines mixed there. We're going to get back to this. But some people are taking this and they're running with it and they're speculating like crazy on it. And I think this is something that we have to like kind of cool our jets. And I think that there's some people out there who understand that. But we know that Az is watching. But this seems like more than just a drop tease, or am I tripping symbiotes? You are tripping symbiotes, okay? This is what you are doing. This is not more than a drop tease. I don't see this being beyond that. I mean, they sell digital toys. That is what Veve has come to love and do. Veveverse will come eventually, I believe, for everybody. I don't think that it's coming tomorrow with integration of gamification with your collectible. I don't think that's happening because we've been waiting a couple years for that type of integration, and I don't see this being the start where everybody gets in and everybody can start to play games, Rob.
Well, another thing too is nobody even knows what's being released. Like you're assuming it's going to be like a character, but what if it's just objects and artifacts from the game? The game is filled with plenty of artifacts, so you might just be getting objects rather than an actual game. But I just want to give a big shout out right now to Wes, our good friend Wes. We've met him in person. Great guy. And honestly, I really think he's starting to become the voice of reason within the community. We are starting to agree on a lot of things. When we first met him at DCon, he said, sometimes I agree with you guys, sometimes I don't. But I got to say, recently, we see, I think, eye to eye on almost everything that he's been saying. So he says, guys, the speculation with Veve and Ubisoft regarding coming out with a game or collectible being gamified needs to stop. Veve is a digital collectible company. They produce digital collectibles for consumers to buy. That is it. Continues on. Don't sleep on the Veveverse. And he said pure speculation, which is true. And then Cam says the speculation needs to stop. And then he said Moonboy's going to Moonboy. And then, yeah, I mean, he just says it's wild. So I think this is a really important thing for everybody to hear, especially if you're watching this video right now and you're assuming that there's going to be more to this than just being a digital collectible. Veve has had many years now of that speculation where everyone's like, oh, they're coming out with this. And like when this comes out, it's going to be gamified. The Marvel Mighty speculation to this day continues, even though Reese told us in an AMA that assume what you're getting is the best you're going to get. And any kind of utility will be more of a token gating approach more than anything. And then if you're banking on the Veveverse, guys, we were at DCon in November of 2022. It's almost been 2 years, almost. I mean, we're still a little far out to November, but it's been well over a year now. And they put out a PowerPoint that said that by Q1 2023, we would have at least the home space by now. And by Q4, which was the end of last year, we'd have gamification. But here's the problem. They haven't even done the home space. They haven't even hit the first objective. It's almost been a year since they put out that we now are completed phase 1 of the Veveverse and we're letting in the beta testers. That was in September. So you can't assume that this Q4 gamification that was promised at the end of 2023 is going to come anytime soon. At this pace, it's going to come like 6 or 7 years from now. Okay? So I think that the speculation does need to stop because it's the speculation that gets people burned in the space. The speculation is unnecessary and unneeded. Wait until you actually see what is given to you. You may not even get a character. It could be the Assassin's Creed character, white cape and all that, but it might not. It could also be other things as well.
Yeah, if I was going to speculate, I would speculate you're going to get Ezio or whoever from the game.
Enzo.
Enzo. Isn't it Ezio?
Oh, Ezio. Yeah, it's been so long. That's right.
No,
it is Ezio.
I think they're going to drop the character. I mean, it's been a couple of teases now at this point. The fact that Ubisoft is the licensor for this, I would think that the quality should be in line because they produce the game. Maybe they get like the file from the game and they can just put that as a collectible. I would hope. That's true. It should be pretty simple, straightforward,
and it's fully rigged.
And it should be fully rigged. It should be right. You would hope. You would hope. So if there was a drop, and if there was, I could see where people are coming with this, like as this post there, Ubisoft being a gaming producer and all that stuff. That could be the way where people are getting this from. But we do have Rabbids on the platform already, and they're not being utilized in games. Similar, I would think similar type thing here. I think Ubisoft would be maybe the driver if that was the case, because they've already done it. If you didn't know already, this is not the first time we're going to be seeing Assassin's Creed NFTs. They have come out already, and they did not perform well. They performed very poorly, but the fact that they existed means that they were the first appearance, if we're going to go by that, right? If we're going to go first appearance on blockchain, I'd be curious to see how the Veve fam takes this. Are they going to treat this as first appearance? Because that's kind of what we've been going back and forth on over the last couple of weeks. I mean, there's a drop that was officially licensed. Assassin's Creed dropped, failed. Now Veve, a much better produced company. I mean, they've had much more success. You can say right now they're the leaders in the space. Does first appearance now matter if it's on Veve because they are established? And that's kind of where we're going with that. So like in 10 years from now, if there's a more established, better run company, are those the first appearances that are going to matter? When you look at it that way, maybe it's a little bit easier to understand for some people. But I want to leave it off, at least my thoughts, with what I got shared on my screen here. And that is the quote that we went back to from the beginning. All right. And I want to just relate this to a couple of things, because when I saw this, I was bursting in my chair. When other men blindly follow the truth, remember, nothing is true. James Bond airdrop. Where other men are limited by morality or law, remember, everything is permitted. Veve's going to do whatever Veve wants to do. A lot of people have been burned by them, but from certain things, like people have gone with their word. They've said things on Twitter. They've said things on X Spaces. They've said things on Discord Spaces, and then turns out that thing never happened. Or, I mean, we've heard sub 41s will never see the light of day. 2 weeks later, they've seen the light of day, and they're like in the media on TV, right? Like that's what's happening at this point. There's backdoor deals with Danny Liak, or Danny Boy Liak, like all this stuff. Like people have been burned by thinking that things are going to happen one way, and then they're happening completely opposite of what they've been told, like what they've been told, right? So that's why a lot of people are mad, and that's why you got these fudders in the space, because it's just not been what's been told to people, right? So I think this is a really fitting line, and especially to put that on the tweet. I mean, remember, nothing is true. Remember, everything is permitted. Really take that to heart. And when you think that you should speculate that you're going to get gamification, go back, read the quote, think back in time, and I think you'll come back down to earth a little bit from the moon. So, Rob, I don't know if you have any other adding thoughts on that.
Well, first, I want to touch on that, but first, I just want to say, I do believe that the drop here on Veve will perform better than the drop outside of Veve. And the main reason for that is at this point, because Veve did have the first mover advantage, they've acquired about 2,000 highly committed individuals. Some would call them a cult, but 2,000 highly committed individuals that just buy whatever's on Veve. They are committed to the app and they will buy whatever it comes. So I have no doubt that whatever's on Veve will sell better than what was outside of Veve, whatever they tried before, and it didn't sell very well. Now, with the gamification, the only hope I think there is for gamification is actually through Ubisoft, and I think you've touched on this. Ubisoft is going to have to be the provider of gamification. I don't think it will be through Veve. I think that they will say, since we've officially licensed NFTs, it could be on Veve. It could be anywhere. But if you think about it in a proper Web3 space, they then provide the game where if you have these NFTs, you can bring them over to use it. And I don't think Vive's at that point yet. So if it does ever happen, it will be way downstream. But we know with Cryptoys, for example, there are ways and means and methods of exporting out these tokens to your personal wallet for self-custody. So if Veve can ever come up with something like that and Ubisoft provides the game, maybe there's a link there. And that's speculation. And remember, we know this because of this quote, right? We know that nothing is true. So we have to just assume everything is possible. Anything can happen. And we're at this point, we're just going to have to go off of our past history, which is that it's going to be a digital collectible, that it will be a digital collectible for AR purposes, and you'll get some MCP points for it. That's about it.
If they bring gamification, and if next week we have a game on Ubisoft token gated by these tokens, and we can take them out and use it to prove it, we will put out a video the next day saying this is the best drop that Vive's ever done. It's the best thing that they've ever done, because this is what I've been asking for the last 2.5 years.
That would be a dream come true. It's not going to happen. We know it's not happening. But if it did happen, that would be literally, this would become actually the greatest drop in Veve history if it had that level of utility. So guys, you guys let us know in the comments below. What do you guys think about this Assassin's Creed drop? Are you guys on board with this? Are you going to buy it? I mean, I guess it's tough to say because many of you do care about scarcity and the ability to flip. So we'll wait to see what the mint sizes are before we make that decision whether to buy it or not. But at least now you can speculate maybe what it is. Is it going to be the character? Is it going to be artifacts? Do you think it's going to ever be gamified, or do you think it'll be gamified in the near term? Do you think the Veverse can be part of this equation? We just want to hear your thoughts below. We've heard of many things already, but we'd like to hear your thoughts below because you're watching this video. And guys, if you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button. Join the Superstar fam. Hit the bell notification to get every single video, every single day. Also, do Superstar VIPs. $2.99 a month. Star beside your name. Answer spreadsheets. Giveaways, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. See you next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.